The National Football League on EA Sports. And our focus is on Rachaad White. He had a great week last week, well over 100 on the ground with a score. It's the Buccaneers and the Saints, next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten, and we're off in week 4. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. Also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a play fake. Carr. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So here are the Buccaneers ready to go on offense with a new man at the helm here for 2023 in his 6th season now in the NFL, Baker Mayfield.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
The numbers for White a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Mayfield on 1st down. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Godwin continues to be the receiver every quarterback wants in his offense. Over 100 catches and 1,000 yards last season. Fills that reliable short field role and knows how to get open quickly on any type of route.
1st down, here's White. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Boy, Mike Evans, he's in some discomfort. So we're going to stop play here as they pay attention to him. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got it. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Cade Otton. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And Cade Otton capped things off with a touchdown grab. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 15 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak, and that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
Try to get that one to Chris Olave, and it's 3rd down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Beat it.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They start the drive with White. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Saints very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And this would have been returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Carr now to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Carr.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
The kick by Rice is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
They'll start here with a handoff to White.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
A first down throw for Mayfield.
This ball complete to Trey Palmer.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
The Buccaneers hit 3-0 here in the month of September, and they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Now Mayfield. And he's taken down here by the Saints. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Carr. Open man downfield is Johnson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut outfield. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Kamara up the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw his Carr. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Carr. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Buccaneers' defense holds, and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Mayfield off the play fake. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he'll go down at the 28. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A quality pickup from White, who really earned more time as the Bucs starter the back half of last season. Finished with close to 400 yards in the Bucs' final 8 games. Positioned himself as the leader in the backfield moving forward.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield on play action. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Here's Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. Again, this is White. And this time he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
McLaughlin for the extra point.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
And taken right on the 30. A punt of 46, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they've presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback and say, oh, he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at him, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
They go right back to White here on first down. Down to the 25. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. From the 25, here's a second down and 9. Opting to run again here with White. Great move, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve. And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Well, Rachaad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Play fake. Mayfield. Across the formation, he finds Godwin. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, Mayfield. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. From the gun, Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield looks to throw. Open man, it's Palmer. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. First down, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield now. Flushed out right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here.
A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. But, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Throw left side taken in by Palmer. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll go up the middle with White. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Mayfield on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Going with White here, toss left. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Baker Mayfield taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Carr. His throw incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hope it didn't come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
He'll look to set up his blockers. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. And you've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
This is certainly not what this offense wants to see. That's Chris Godwin shaken up following that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Mayfield with it once more. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Palmer.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
108 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they're really embracing it.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in, and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
White diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Carr completes it.
That'll go for a gain of 7,
and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Carr. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Well, Rachaad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now.
He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's taken to the 26. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
Play action. Now it's Carr.
That would complete downfield to Thomas.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working and keep it going.
Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They run straight ahead here with White. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground with White. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing. I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down.
Touchdown! Cade Otton, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Buccaneers are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now. And all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Carr now on first down.
Back to Kamara for another catch.
And he gets it down to the 32. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Now a play fake. Carr. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Again, it's Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This taken in at the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they've put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a toss right side with White.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Palmer. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Throwing is Wolford on third down.
And that's incomplete.
Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Carr. This is Smith with the ground. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37.
Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to Thomas.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Carr again. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
One final try now for Carr. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Buccaneers, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.